The largest rescue of 1,500 beagles began after a failed raid on a windowless warehouse in Wisconsin. Thousands of people faced off against riot police. While tear gas filled the air, there was even a trench filled with manure, meant to keep the public away from a facility that had spent 60 years in the shadows, breeding beagles as biological models for a massive lab testing machine. So what were they hiding behind those walls? For 60 years, Ridglan Farms was a massive, quiet cog in the global lab testing machine. They didn't breed pets. They bred biological models, specifically beagles. Why beagles? Because they're so sweet and trusting that they'll let you do almost anything to them without biting back. But when investigators finally got a look inside, the reality was grim. We're talking thousands of dogs living in stacked metal cages, breathing in ammonia levels so thick it made state inspectors physically nauseous. There were reports of puppies having surgeries on their eyes and vocal cords performed by staff with no veterinary license and zero pain relief. It was a factory farm for man's best friend, and until recently, it was completely legal. The real turning point happened in a courtroom, not a field. Back in 2017, 3 activists, Wayne, Eva, and Paul, sneaked in and rescued 3 dogs named Julie, Anna, and Lucy. The state spent 7 years trying to throw them in prison for it. But in early 2024, right before the trial, the prosecution suddenly dropped all the charges. They thought that would make the problem go away. Big mistake. The activists used that momentum to flip the script. They used a rare Wisconsin law to petition for a special prosecutor to investigate the farm for cruelty. And it worked. A judge looked at the evidence and ruled there was probable cause that Ridglan was committing felony animal cruelty. For the first time in 60 years, the research facility was legally viewed as a crime scene. Fast forward to 2026. The farm was ordered to stop breeding by July, but there were still over 2,000 dogs inside. The tension was so high, the farm actually built a manure moat and hay bale barricades to stop the public from seeing what was happening. The failed raid on April 18th was chaotic. People were hit with rubber bullets and pepper spray. But the national outcry was so loud, it brought in some heavy hitters. Organizations like Big Dog Ranch Rescue and the Center for a Humane Economy stepped in with a confidential deal. Suddenly, the impenetrable farm agreed to sell 1,500 beagles to the rescuers for rehabilitation and adoption. Today, the vans are rolling. 1,500 beagles are finally leaving those windowless sheds. For most of them, this is the very first time they've ever seen the sun or felt the wind on their faces. Imagine being a dog who has lived your entire life on a wire floor and suddenly you're standing on grass. They are being sent to shelters all over the country to learn how to be dogs, to learn that the human hand can be for petting, not just for testing. There are still 500 dogs left inside under existing contracts, so the work isn't finished. But the breeding machines have officially stopped. This story started with 3 beagles in 2017 and it's ending with 1,500 lives changed forever. It turns out, if you refuse to look away, you really can change the world. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. It really helps the channel to keep making new videos. Thanks for the support, and I'll see you in the next one.